age where Jamaica is moving to a republic, Greenland's moving to or talking or moving to a republic or being independent, and Canada has the lowest amongst the Commonwealth countries of support for the monarch at 23% right now. So we are, like you said, it's kind of like it's the right time. So with Charles coming in, not getting the support of Canadians like Elizabeth did, with
Yeah.
Trump coming in, kind of spurring on his conversation, and with a change in government on the horizon for Canadians as well, is this the perfect storm? Is this why you think it might be a good time to start talking about this?
Yes, yes, it's a perfect storm in all kinds of ways, in those ways and others, right? Because Canada is a wreck right now. It's been made into a wreck by our leaders, and not just federal leaders. A whole bunch of people have been involved in this. And so I'm not saying it can't be put back together again, possibly over time, but this is as good a time as any. And our comparable success compared to the States is dismal. But I don't think I agree with Matt about the economic developments first. I think we have to recognize that there will be constituencies in Canada that are dead set against this no matter what,
Hmm.
because their interests depend upon them being the big fish in our small pond. And in order to maintain their status, this has to continue to be the small pond, an independent small pond. And so you have to go over their heads. The people have to say, no, we're fed up with this. We're fed up with you. We're not doing this anymore. We're going straight. We're going straight to the source. We're going to hold our own referendum, and we don't care what you say,
Mm.
and put them in such a bind that they have to proceed. Now, fortunately, some of our elites, like not federal ones, but if you think about Danielle Smith, for example, the UCP in Alberta, there is no reason why the Alberta government and the premier of Alberta couldn't do just as well being the governor of Alberta and the state of Alberta. I mean, why not? They'd be probably better off. So you leverage the advantage to them, and you try to overcome the disadvantage to the other embedded folks. There are going to be forces within the federal government, within Ontario and Quebec, that will be dead set against this no matter what. I don't care if you build a railway, I don't care if you build pipelines, I don't care what happens. They are going to fight to the end to maintain their status within the country, to make sure that the country continues for that purpose. So I say go around them, go over them, just ignore them. You have to proceed on the assumption that they're going to be dead set against the plan no matter what.
You make a good point there because it's not just going to be the economic or even just a choice or even Alberta do it. There's a lot more factors, a lot more levers.
Yeah, I put a link in the description for the Levine show. And he interviews Bruce Pardy, Queen's University law professor, and Matthew Arrett, director of the Rising Tide Foundation and Canadian Patriot Press. And go and listen to that interview. And then also you need to listen to Tom Luongo and Alex Craner talk about the battle that's going on, that has been going on now since Trump got elected, between the European banking establishment and the Federal Reserve. Because basically it's, according to Tom's theory, it is a fight to the death for Europe. Because they don't produce any hydrocarbons. They've been basically using American military and the Federal Reserve until Trump got elected and brought in Powell and set up SOFR and got off LIBOR. Canada also got off LIBOR, but Bruce Pardy makes a perfect argument for what's really going on and why we need to support a referendum in Alberta, a citizens' referendum. Matthew Arrett is more of an apologist. He says that he'd rather see more resistance in terms of challenging pro-rogue, the case that's currently being brought, which is going to be heard in February. He thinks that Canadians are just not mature enough, don't know themselves well enough to be able to really deal with statehood, You know, it's like, we're not ready for that. We don't know ourselves. We don't know our history, blah, 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 blah. He also takes quite a really long time to come to his points, which is really annoying. He uses his talent for being very verbose and just dragging every corner of history into his arguments and to make one final statement, which in this case, in this video, you'll see that he's always arguing that, you know, we're not ready for this, and we should beg for some crumbs from the Crown's table to get some economic development first, that we have to do that. And Bruce Party just slams him right, his fist down, figuratively speaking. So take a look at that video. And my personal thought is, because I've been racking my brain, I think that Ottawa may just sacrifice Canada on the altar of their, you know, as a loyalist for their masters in Europe, to try to use Canada to maybe destroy Trump's economic plan. So I've taken quite a long time to come to this decision, but I do believe that the best way forward is to support referendums for independence, to maybe join the United States and start that. And Bruce's idea is that that has to start in Alberta, because this is where the window of opportunity is presenting itself. All right, thanks. Bye for now.
So why would we do that? Why? And he was unable to give me an answer. He said, I don't know. And I said, do you think it's fair that we're paying $200 billion to keep Canada going? And what would happen, I asked him, what would happen if we didn't do that, if we didn't subsidize Canada? He said, we'd be a failed nation. And I said, then you should be a state, because why are we paying all of that money to Canada when, you know, we could use it ourselves, right? So we take care of their military. You know, we're going to order about 40 Coast Guard big icebreakers, big ones. And all of a sudden, Canada wants a piece of the deal. They say, why are we doing that? I mean, I like doing that if they're a state, but I don't like doing that if they're a nation. Also, they've been very nasty to us on trade. Historically, Canada has been very, very bad to us, very unfair to us on trade. So we'll see how it all works out.
The United Kingdom
I would
might be
love
the
to
better
see
spot.
Canada be the 51st state.